How's it going, Dopamon fans? If you've been following along, you know we've been talking about the national hockey team rosters for the 2022 Olympics in Beijing. And today we've gotten to Germany. If you haven't already, go check out some of the other videos we've already done on Canada, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Admittedly, we know very little about Germany, the DEL. It's a league that we've only just started scouting in anticipation for our trip for the U18s in April, but a few names have already been named. Uh, Draisaitl, Moritz Seider, and Philip Grubauer, and it's a good place to start. So we're gonna predict the German roster.
Yeah, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more dope hockey content. And let us know who we missed in the comment section down below. But for goalies, you already said one of them,
Mm-hmm.
but Philip Grubauer is going to be the guy in net. Uh, we have Felix Bruckman and Matthias Niederberger as our other two guys. Um, Bruckman, 30-year-old goaltender, plays in the DEL currently for Adler Mannheim. Has a 941 save percentage in 12 games this year, so he's playing very well. Uh, could be a really good backup. He has a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
international experience. Didn't play in the last Olympic team, but he does have international experience with Team Germany. And Matthias Niederberger is 28 years old and plays in the DL as well for Eisbären Berlin, who is 925 in 10 games so far this year, save percentage. Um,
Yeah.
we are aware that Thomas Greiss is a German goaltender. He had a little bit of a controversial political takes on Twitter or something. I think it was last
He
year.
liked some posts that weren't that great to
Yeah,
like, and I wouldn't want that around my team either. That's a
and the
little.
uh, the German national team said they were wary about bringing him on this team, so that's why we're leaving him out at this point. We're going to assume that they're not going to take him, even though he is an NHL goaltender and skill-wise would be a good complement to Philip
Mhm.
Grubauer. But we're going to assume that they're not going to take him. And if you're curious, most of this team is going to be guys you've never heard of or guys that no longer play in the NHL. There are only 6 German-born NHL players in the NHL currently. Two of them are goalies, in Grubauer and Greiss. Draisaitl, Stutzla, Nico Sturm, and Moritz Seider being the others. So not a lot of NHL talent on Team Germany, but we want to do our best to try to make a roster. It's just fun.
I think we have two former NHLers, two
Mm-hmm.
AHLers as well. There's a bit of North American experience here to show that these guys might be the best and could be on the German Olympic team.
Yeah, but yeah, if our team looks drastically different from what ends up to be the actual roster, I wouldn't be surprised. Who do we got in
Mhm.
our first D pair, Alex?
Our first D pair, we have Jonas Mueller and Moritz Seider. Moritz Seider was named. I am a huge fan of his game. Good pick by Detroit. I'm pretty sure he's playing in the NHL right now, right?
Yeah,
I think he's playing. Yeah,
yeah, he's got 3 assists in 3 games.
yeah, he's living up to that draft pick that a lot of people thought was a little bit too early. They're reaching for him, but nope, he was a top 4D, and that's what Germany needs. He's the best defenseman that Germany has.
Yeah, he's their
That's
defenseman of the future for sure.
Mhm.
Jonas Mueller's a 25-year-old defenseman, so young as well, and is a teammate of Niederberger's in Berlin at the DL. Not an offensive guy, looks like by his stats, but could be a good compliment to
Yeah,
Moritz
it could
Seider.
be a good compliment for Sider. We don't really know a lot about him.
Yeah, for sure. We're spitballing here. Anyway, second pairing, we're going with Moritz Mueller and Corbinian Holzer. Corbinian Holzer, Leaf fans will remember, did play for them for a little bit. I believe is he still in the Anaheim system? He was very recently. I don't think he is anymore. Moritz Mueller is a 34-year-old, 6'2" defenseman. Plays in DL. All these guys do. He got 9 points in 13 games, so he has some offense in him. And Holzer is more of the shutdown guy, so that's
Mhm.
That's our thing
Yeah, and
here.
Moritz Mueller, he's captained Germany at the World Cup. He's captained
Yeah,
internationally. He captained his team, the Kölner High. So I like him. He brings a leadership aspect that could really be useful against the top tier teams like Canada, Russia, United States.
yeah, older guy, 34. He's got a lot of
Mhm.
international experience, and he seems to always be brought for international tournaments for
Yeah.
Germany. So easy pick for that one anyway. He was part of the 2018 Olympic roster, and you'll see a lot of guys
Mhm.
that were a part of that roster on our team. It's what we tried to build off of a little bit here. Third pair, Alex.
We have Frank Hordler on the left and Leon Gawanke or Gawanke on the
Wonky.
right. I'm gonna go with Gawanke. Yeah, I like that. Hordler, he played in the last Olympics. He captained his own team, the Ice Baron Berlin. He brings another, seems to be another guy just like who always gets brought to represent Germany internationally, and I think he's doing pretty well still this year for scoring. He might actually be having one of like the best years, at 36 that he's had, and yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
And Gowanke, he's an AHL guy, and
yeah, he's
coming up, he's
a young kid. He
point
was a
already.
mid-round pick a few years ago. Yeah, could be a guy that gets some time and has a good
Mhm,
future with German international hockey.
for sure.
And he's playing in the Manitoba Moose, drafted in the 5th round by Winnipeg in 2017.
Hmm.
Our extra
Yeah, strong
guys,
at the AHL. He'll
yeah,
he'll get a
strong.
call up eventually.
Yeah,
Add to that list of Germans in the NHL eventually. So.
yep, he'll get his shot eventually. Just as our extra D, we got Kai Wispin and Daryl Boyle. Kai Wispin, 24-year-old defenseman, shoots right, plays in Berlin with DAL, and Daryl Boyle, 34 years old, and yeah, has a lot of international experience with Germany as well. That's why we have those guys. He actually played in the WHL as Brandon Winter Kings, Winter Kings, Brandon Wheat Kings in the mid 2000s. So he's been to
He's got
North
some
America.
AHL experience. He's in the last Olympics, Daryl Boyle as well.
Yep.
And Weisman, he's really scoring this year. He's really picked up his game. I think that he's a guy that they internationally like they're gonna have a look at. He might even be a guy who ends up on an NHL team one day. Uh, just because he's been overlooked and he is maybe more of a late bloomer, really coming into his own in the DEL.
Yep. All right, top line.
Is that to me?
That's to you, sir.
All right. We have Dominic Cahoon, Leon Draisaitl, and Tobias or Toby Reader.
Yep. And Cahoon and Reader obviously got NHL experience, but your big guy on this team is Leon.
Is Draisaitl. He is going to have to lead this team down the middle. Uh, I like Cahoon here because obviously they've played together. They have a little bit of experience, and Reader's a good guy. Complements teams. He can play a little bit of everything, and with a guy like Draisaitl, I think Draisaitl can make Reader really shine. Can bring out the best out of him. So this line could really work.
Yeah, did play together all these guys, I think, in Edmonton at one point. So there's a little bit of chemistry experience with these guys anyway.
Hmm.
Our
And
second
speaking
line,
of chemistry and people
yeah,
playing together,
yeah, our second line is fun. We don't pretend to be experts on German hockey. We don't know if they're actually going to do this, but for us, we have Lucas Reichel, Tim Stutzla, and JJ Paterka on a line. All came up playing together. All got drafted in the same year. Reichel and Stutzla in the first round, Paterka, I believe, in the second. All high value or high prospects, highly touted. And you know what? Why not? Right? This would be
Mhm.
fun. Put Stutzla down the middle. I know he plays primarily wing in Ottawa, but has experience at center. Why not? This is the
And when
future
you're
of German
yeah,
hockey.
right. And when you're trying to build chemistry quickly internationally, like to play against a top team, this is what you have to do. You just have to put people together who've played together. And I think this could really work.
Yep. All right, we're gonna breeze through the bottom six here.
What do you mean? We got Tom Kuhnwackel, Marcel Nobles, and from the KHL got Brooks Maychek. He's the top German scorer in the KHL. He's actually scoring a lot. He's not just like way down the list and on the KHL. He's a pretty good scorer there. I think he could really mix up this kind of line. It's got a mix of offense and defense. I think of all the forwards out of Germany, he's probably the best one that isn't playing, in like North America right now, as far as scoring wingers go.
Yeah, last Olympics. Obviously, the last Olympics they didn't have NHL players, but he did have 4 points in 7 games. And like you said, off to a crazy start this year in the K. The KHL, 17 points, 9 goals in 21 games. Yeah, has a lot of skill that the bottom half of this roster really needs. And just to round out the fourth line, we got Dominic Bach, Nico Sturm, and Mark Michalis. Uh,
Alex?
Nico Sturm has NHL experience. He's played a handful of games with the Minnesota Wild. Is one of the 6 current NHL players on NHL rosters at this point. Um, yeah, we're picking not a lot to choose from in the bottom half of this lineup, and just to also reveal them, we got oh god, you say this name.
Dominic Bach, he is in the AHL as well. Mark McAllis, he has NHL and AHL experience. So this could be
Yes.
a very experienced fourth line to give you a kind of grit to, to check top lines. So I think this could be a pretty underrated pairing. And yeah, for our final our final two, we have Leo Forderel and Yannick Seidenberg. Yannick Seidenberg is, of course, Dennis Seidenberg's brother. He played at the last Olympics. He's represented Germany a lot. I think is a good pick here. And Leo Forderl has represented Germany as well. Same last Olympics. Is kind of snuck in there. I think I googled look up, like a few lists. So maybe it's in there. That's how we picked them. Not gonna pretend to know much about Germany or the DEL, but
Yeah.
I have a
Uh,
good feeling that this is gonna be somewhat at least 80% correct on a roster.
yeah, and a guy we could have missed, and I know has played in German international hockey forever is Patrick Reimer. Um, but he is, I think he's 38, 39 years old now. He might have played his way out of that lineup, but he is still active, I believe. Um, yeah, could be another guy that we put on this team, but yeah, that's it for this one. Let us know what you think. If you know a lot about the DL German hockey, let us know. Let us know where we're wrong. We really want to, try to get this, try to talk about these rosters as best we can, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. See how right we were. For now, that's it. See you in the next one. Peace.